The ability of a university to teach global awareness as well as global coexistence is best done and represented in the South Asia Institute. We are actually demonstrating that our differences don't have to divide us. We can talk to each other and understand each other and find parallels with each other's societies in our own.
It may be interesting in terms of
Over the
South Asian
last 2
studies that
decades,
Berkeley
the South Asia Institute at the University of Texas has developed into one of the preeminent centers for regional studies in the country.
South Asia represents a space on the map where a number of the most important dynamics that are going on at a global scale are unfolding and unfolding rapidly.
But unfortunately, the way that news comes to us is in these sensationalist terms in which certain parts of the world are thought of in certain kinds of, oh, those are where the terrorists are, those are where people don't treat their women well. And of course, world is not like that. I mean, every part of the world, there are various shades of gray and a variety of colors.
We need to get beyond the cliches and the sort of the stock images of South Asia, and how do we get that?
You can't really study politics, economics outside of the cultural context to which they belong. These things do not exist independent of each other.
With the university offering courses in more South Asian languages than any other school in the country, the Institute looks at the region with breadth and in depth.
One of the things that is unique about the South Asia Institute here on campus is that it's not just a program about India, which is not to say that India is not crucial to questions related to the region. It's to say that they're now, these spaces which are often conceived as marginal are in fact quite central.
Nepal, Bangladesh, Burma, Pakistan, Afghanistan. What you get in an institute which encompasses all of these places are ways of seeing not only the region, but the region's place in the globe through multiple lenses.
The goal, however, is not simply to understand South Asia vis-a-vis the United States.
One of the things that the South Asia Institute, I think, really helps is that you put a value on the whole person. You're looking at aspects of people's lives that are that can fall under the radar unless you make a specific effort to find them.
Where academic departments segregate disciplines and concentrate research, the South Asia Institute does the opposite, promoting a wide-ranging, free-flowing exchange of perspectives.
Instead of creating a boundary around it, they're actually inviting people and they open doors. So they get different people from across the departments to talk to each other. And it is those sorts of conversations that generate new ideas, new perspectives.
Any kind of social process or social phenomena is not restricted to a certain discipline. Having these variety of perspectives makes them much more aware of the complexity of what South Asia is.
The greatest benefit is that all of the departments come together for a lot of events and really expand the questions that we bring to our own research.
And it forces you to rethink a number of propositions that you might otherwise hold far too easily.
This is how knowledge is produced.
The South Asia Institute not only creates connections between scholars, it also extends its work to the larger society in this country and abroad. The Institute organizes cultural events, sponsors exchange programs between Indian and Pakistani universities and the University of Texas, publishes an academic journal, trains educators, and teaches classes in South Asian culture, history, and religion in Texas public schools.
There are all kinds of things happening in any given week. There are at least 2 or 3 events.
We're not trying to dwell in a little cocoon here at the university, right? We're trying to take the knowledge that we in part generate and in part assimilate and share it with a wide variety of people, helping those folks find something new about themselves through South Asia, through India, through Sri Lanka, through Pakistan.
Such efforts recognize the large and growing South Asian population in Texas, and indeed across the United States.
The Institute, just by being such a big presence, having a campus presence, it makes me as an Indian American feel like my culture is valued and is really important.
The outreach work that the South Asia Institute does, the events that it organizes, kind of highlight the complex socio-political, cultural landscape of South Asia and the different countries and people that populate that region.
To photograph, to make music together, to perform workshops, cultural workshops, all of those are of diminishing the walls that separate and opening our hearts and minds, opening our eyes to the multiple ways of living in the world.
What you're producing is an environment that enables people to learn from one another. To study South Asia is a way of learning about opportunity for everyone for the future.